Dear students of class 12th, since we were discussing SQL, structured query language. Now, today, let us discuss database languages. Means how to define the database, how to organize a database. As you know, a database is a combination of various files which are interrelated with each other. So, how to define this database, how to manipulate this database, how to delete or make other operations on the database. There is a language which is called database language. So, how many types of database languages are there? There are three types of database language. One type among them is data definition language, or in short, we can say DDL. And the second database language is DML, data manipulation language. And the third is data control language. Since these three types of language are used to handle a database, to make a database, to manipulate the database, to control the database, there are three types of languages. And these three types of languages have further their own SQL commands, which we can use to operate on the database, So among these three, and there are three types of database languages. Since we have to create, we have to use, we have to manipulate, we have to delete a database. We are talking about the database management system. So we have to deal with the database. Now let us first discuss how to define a database. So there is a separate language which is called data definition language, or DDL, which helps us to create a database. So what is the function of this DDL, data definition language? Number one, describe the schema. What is the schema? Actually, schema is the structure of a file. And describe fields, और उसमें जो fields होते हैं वो fields किस टाइप के होने चाहिए और कितने होने चाहिए. Then indicate key, यानी कि कोई प्राइमरी की कौन बनाने हैं, अल्टरनेट की कौन सी बनाने हैं, और फॉरेन की कौन सी की बनाने हैं. सपोज आई हैव टू क्रिएट ए डेटाबेस ऑफ स्टूडेंट. तो स्टूडेंट मैं फाइल का नाम रखूँगा. देयर इज़ ए टेबल, दिस इज़ रोल नंबर हियर. नाउ रोल नंबर जो है, उसके बाद नेम, उसके बाद रेजिडेंस. Suppose I want to make a table which is having three fields. One is roll number, and another is name, and the third is a residence. These three, there are three fields. So this first field is roll number, and it is obvious it should be of numeric type. And second is a name. It should contain alphabets, or we can say in our this C++ language, it should be of character type. Character means alphabetical. Then there is residence, another field. We can say this field should contain only alphabets, means character type. Data should be stored in this field. So when we create such a file and called named student, and when we create these three fields of this, let us make this roll number. Since it is unique, it uniquely defines the whole record. Suppose there is a first of all, let us store some this data. Let it be Bashir. Sorry, roll number 1 Bashir, residence Kofara, roll number 2 Nazir, Nagri, residence, roll number 3 Latif, Hatmullah, इसकी residence है. So how we will achieve this target? How we will? There is a language which is called which defines the schema. Schema. This is the structure of this database. Structure is it is having three fields. So I have to create this file using create command. Create student, then fields. Suppose roll number मुझे लिखना है और name 20 characters long. Suppose when I will create the schema or the structure of the database, I have to create it with the help of data definition language. These create command belongs to data definition language. Then primary key में कोई रखूँगा इधर primary key, इसकी मैं रखूँगा roll number. So when I create such a database, when I create the fields, and these fields should have some constants. Constants means they should store a specific value. When I create the schema, means structure of the database, means these fields, when I create, then there is another thing, manipulated database. Then I can insert the records. First of all, I should create the schema or the structure of the database. So this type of language which I am using to create this database and putting some constants and declaring this primary key, this type of SQL commands belongs to the language which is called a data definition language. तो स्कीमा या स्ट्रक्चर क्रिएट करने के लिए और क्या है ये जो फील्ड्स हैं ये बनाने के लिए, डिस्क्राइब करने के लिए और इंडिकेट की यानी प्राइमरी की रखने के लिए, ये पहले हमें कोई भी टेबल बनाना हो ये चीज़ें हमें ज़रूरत है. एंड these वेरी कमांड्स बिलोंग्स टू a particular language called data definition language. तो data definition language क्या होता है? तो it helps us to create the schema, to put the constants and to declare the primary key, alternate key, foreign key of a database. So inshallah tomorrow we will discuss data manipulation language and data control language. Then we will be able to to create a database management system. I hope you got it. Thank you.